What ACT IAC is a community of people who share a common vision of creating a more effective, efficient, and innovative government. And not only do they share that vision, they share the belief that by working together towards that vision, we can create a government that our citizens really need. So it's a very unique organization. It's the only organization in town where government and industry are sitting at the table as equal partners, working together, learning together, and shaping outcomes, strategies, and initiatives that will serve the citizens better. So we are all about collaboration, education, and creating outcomes. So it's a truly unique organization. As I said, we are the only organization in town where government and industry are sitting at the table as peers. And it's taken us over 30 years to make sure that we have that process in place, because what it requires is incredible integrity and objectivity. The way we do it is we have the ACT folks, there's an ACT executive committee composed of 17 government executives from 12 different departments and agencies who set the strategic direction for the organization. They make sure that we're addressing the right issues and that the integrity of our process is appropriate, that it is objective, it's vendor neutral. We have an industry executive committee that advises the government executive committee that implements and administers the organization on a day-to-day basis. So that's the first way we operate. The second way is that we have a set of principles, one of which, first one is that all of our issues are issues on the government's agenda. Second issue is that everything has to be objective and vendor neutral. Third principle is that we don't take government funding for our activities. If we find that not being a government, part of the government procurement process eases the demands on us, and it permits us to be a little more objective when we're dealing with issues. Everything we do, every activity, every conference, every working group has a government and industry chair and has government and industry participation. And on top of that, we have codes of ethics for our government employees, our industry employees, and our leaders to make sure that we are at all times adhering to the highest professional standards of the ethics codes required of government and required of those who are in this profession. But the bottom line is everything we do, whether it's training, teaching a course, whether it's developing a conference or writing a white paper, has both government and industry engaged, and the outcome is a document that is intended to improve government. Well, the biggest issues are transformation and turmoil. We who exist in this technology world have long, and particularly in the government, have long seen change as an inevitable part of everything we do. And I've been in this arena a lot longer than I want to admit. But the fact is, in the last 5 years, we've probably seen more change taking place than we've ever seen. And what kind of changes? First of all, budgets. Now, budgets are always tight. But what we're seeing is that budgets are being dramatically cut on the government side. It's having an impact on the industry side in a way that I don't think we're going to see those restored in the same way we saw it in the past. Second of all, technology is changing dramatically. We're moving from a mainframe and a PC era to mobile devices and cloud computing. This technology is disrupting the way government and the industry operates. On the government side, a lot of these new technologies are not easily acquired through the acquisition systems we have. Another problem is that as we move to this new technologies, we are leaving behind massive legacy systems that we can't figure out how to bring into this new information age. The third issue is that there are just more people in the swimming pool. If you look at government, you've got CIOs, CAOs, CFOs, Chief Data Officers, Chief Information Security Officers, Program Managers, and almost everybody is engaged in using the technology. That makes it a very complex governance process. And finally, we're seeing demographic shifts. I'm a baby boomer, but dealing with millennials who are going to be tomorrow's leaders is creating a culture clash. They have a different perception of the work environment, a different perception of their commitment to organizations. So all of that is fundamentally changing the way government operates. It's fundamentally changing the way industry operates. And as we look at some of the traditional technology industries, they're trying to redefine who they are. And we have this whole new cadre of companies coming into the government marketplace who don't consider themselves technology companies, but are solutions and services companies. So there's transformation taking place. It's turmoil. It's disrupting both industry and government. And unless we can get our hands around it, the loser is going to be the citizen. There are several ways to engage. I like to think of it as a spectrum of engagement. You could, starting at the easiest level, you could just watch what's happening, read the emails. You could next level up as you could attend an event. Just go as a registrant to one of our many conferences. The third is you could raise your hand and become a poster child. We have a number of activities like awards programs where we recognize the best of the best in government technology programs. We have a program called Igniting Innovation where we recognize innovation in the government marketplace. Your agency or your industry company could nominate itself to be one of those. The fourth way to engage is to collaborate. Become a part of a working group. Join a conference planning committee. Help make a difference and shape what's happening. And finally, the way to engage is to become a leader. We have 100+ volunteer leadership positions in our organization. We're constantly looking for exceptional people to lead those. So there's a variety of ways to engage. And the activities are enormous. One of my challenges, we have so many moving parts, I have trouble keeping track of all of them. We do 4 major events a year. Many people are familiar with Executive Leadership Conference, which is our premier event. Management of Change, which we've done for 30+ years now, is coming up in May. That brings together about 400 government and industry. Just yesterday, we did the Small Business Conference for 250 people here in town with SBA. Earlier, we did Acquisition Excellence with VA, GSA, and DHS. We have professional development programs where we partner government and industry. We have an academy that offers courses. We have a small business alliance that does programs tailored for the 60% of our members who are small businesses under $20 million a year. We have an Institute for Innovation that is dealing with some game-changing issues. They just did a major study for VA on customer experience. It was members who populated that and presented the recommendations. And of course, we have a number of working groups and shared interest groups working on various issues. A good example, we have a working group helping GSA figure out how to shape the $50 billion NS 2020. And we're working on almost a weekly basis with the GSA folks advising them. All of these are volunteer populated. All of these are opportunities to engage, to build relationships, and to make a difference. So come on down. We've got lots of places for you to